Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be what the narcissist wants to escape. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So what the narcissist wants to escape, the first thing they want to escape is responsibility for their actions or for their poor behavior. You see, the narcissist will blame anybody for what they have done, what they will do, or what they're about to do. They will not be able to introspect, they won't be accountable, and they cannot be authentic or genuine. So what the narcissist does is they dish out their toxicity and they blame other people for them. In other words, if you didn't do A, B, and C, I wouldn't have done D, E, and F. If you did G, H, and I would have done L, M, and N. But no matter what you did, it wouldn't be enough. And no matter what you thought you could have done, that wouldn't be enough either, because the narcissist would take it any way they wanted to, which means if you did what they wanted you to do, they would still throw you under the bus for doing something else. And if you didn't do it, again, there's a big price tag to pay. That's why once you get the wisdom, you need to get away from these people as far as you possibly can, because what the narcissist wants to escape first and foremost is accountability. It is the fact that they are a toxic person. It is the fact that they know what they are doing. Think about that for a moment. Many people say, well, the narcissist can't help it. They just have a deficiency and they're just stuck and they can't help themselves. Well, think again, not so fast. They put their clothes on the exact same way you do. They breathe the same air. They make a conscious decision each and every day to go to work, to pay bills or not to manipulate people, to take what they want to. And guess what they do? They go to bed just like you do. The difference between you and the narcissist is you are the polar opposite of them. They are a taker. They are a parasite. You are a beautiful, bright, shining light. You were used as a host. You were used as a supply source to them. Tough pill to swallow, but it's real. You see, no good deed goes unpunished in the narcissistic relationship, and they know that. That's why these people usually wear a mask, figuratively and literally. What they want to do is they want to get as close to you as they possibly can, and they want to assimilate themselves with you, and they want to play the victim card, or just have you put a roof over their head, or have you just give them a little bit of money, or loan them a car, or give them a ride, or pay for this week's groceries, etc. While they're doing all that, what they're doing is they're actually doing that with other people at the same time, so it wasn't just you. But you were and or are a kind, loving, stable, healthy person, maybe even an empath, and you didn't realize that other people could lie, steal, and cheat, and do it willingly, knowingly, that because they don't care about humanity, they only care about what people do for them. The narcissist looks at people as opportunities and as weak and frail, and the narcissist will punish anybody for having anything that they don't possess themselves, which includes empathy, love, kindness, commitment, maybe money, time, energy, focus, purpose, doing the right thing. This is all the things that the narcissist wants to punish people for, because the narcissist doesn't have what you have, and what you have is what they want to take from you. And many times they only want to take it. They want to destroy it, and they want to break the relationship that you were a part of. So what are other things the narcissist wants to escape? Well, the reality of the relationship you were in. Did they gaslight you? Did they triangulate you? Did they financially abuse you? Did they leave your house a shell of itself, meaning did they destroy your house and leave things behind on purpose? Probably, to everything I just mentioned. They also know that the relationship that you were a part of, they did all of those things on purpose to keep you stuck, to keep you trapped, to keep you wondering, to keep you pining. Does the narcissist love you? Can they change? Should you have done more? Could you have held in longer? Should you have opened your mouth? You see, this is what the narcissist does. When they begin a new relationship, or when they enter a relationship, again, they're usually wearing a mask, and they're trying to get as close to someone as they can. Once they have that person where they want them in the devaluation stage or in the trauma bond, or you can interchange those or call it whatever you want to. Once you're there, you don't know how you got there, but now you are hooked on a person who turns out to be your worst enemy. And the narcissist knew that. Remember, the narcissist becomes attached to absolutely nobody. You were attached to them. They were a parasite feeding off you, which was the host, and you provided everything you could and more to elevate them, the relationship, and their lifestyle for a period of time, which was the length of that relationship until something broke, something gave, something snapped, and the relationship ended. And when that relationship ended, it probably ended with a thud, a crash, and a bang, and it probably came out of left field, and you weren't prepared for what had happened and or what was about to happen to you. Meaning the narcissist probably had a new supply lined up. They probably waited till your tank was running low or was empty, meaning your resources had become depleted and diminished, and maybe your health took a hit and your clarity was gone, and you were stuck in that zombie-like, trance-like state, and you did not provide anything of value to the narcissist. So that's when they would discard you or discard a person, and that's when they would enter the new supply into the relationship who's been waiting in the wings for quite a long time to become the grade A source of supply for the narcissist. What the new supply doesn't realize is they will be peppered just like you were, probably even worse, because the narcissist by now has fine-tuned their craft and their skill set of manipulation, not only with you, but those people they were abusing before you, and that's what the new supply will get. Or remember, the new supply could easily be a toxic person just like the narcissist, or maybe even worse. But having said those things, the narcissist wants to escape the relationship that you were a part of, because they don't want to be able to admit what they did to you, the financial abuse, the blowing up of your birthdays, the blowing up of your holidays, the wedges being driven between you and your immediate family members, you, your kids, you, your neighborhood, you, your community, you, your hobby groups, you, your clarity, you, your money, and your health. They don't want to admit any of that, because for them to do that, which means admit it, that would mean they would have to take responsibility, which is something the narcissist can't do, and they won't do. They're never going to accept responsibility. They're going to blame everybody else, as I mentioned earlier in the video. So other things the narcissist wants to escape is their past with other people. That's why when you met the narcissist, they may have told you a story or multiple stories of how they were the victim and how all of their exes abused them or took advantage of them, or they did A, B, and C to them, etc., or their parents didn't raise them the right way, or their siblings never took care of them, or their teachers didn't like them, etc. Notice the one common denominator there. Yes, it's the narcissist playing the woe is me card. I'm the victim. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Everybody breaks the relationship off with me. I think you're different. Let's start a new relationship. You and I, you can be the one. You can be the white knight in shining armor. You can take me to the next level, etc. You can save me. You see, that's what the narcissist does. They leapfrog from one relationship to the next, using the past source of supply as the villain, and they are a damsel in distress, or whatever, a person in need of help. That's the victim card. And when they have a good story, which of course is not authentic or real, it's completely made up, and they can sell that to somebody who doesn't know what narcissism was, which was you, and it certainly was me, and you believe that because you had no reason not to believe it, because you weren't taught narcissism 101 in school. Well, enter you being the new supply. And now you think you're saving the narcissist from former relationships, and you could elevate them, you could educate them, you could help them get a job and improve their lifestyle and their verbal words, and you can do whatever. You can send them to school or maybe get married and have kids. You can do whatever you wanted to. And the narcissist knew that. And they're like, wow, got another one. That was easy. That was quick. The last supply source I had to really work hard. I had to put about 2 months into that person. This person, who turned out to be you, maybe I only had to put a couple weeks in. I don't know how long I invested, but now I have them hooked on me. Now I know they're going nowhere. Now I'll be moving in with them. Slowly, I'll be rearranging the furniture. Slowly, I'll be taking their artwork off the wall, putting up mine. Slowly, I'll be asking them why they're using those utensils. They should buy different utensils. Slowly, I'll be asking them why they wear the clothes they wear. They should be wearing the clothes I want them to wear. I'll change their haircut. I'll change their lexicon. I'll change their habits, their hobbies. I'll change their sleeping patterns. I'll change the car they drive. I'll change who they talk to or who they don't talk to. Next thing you know, that person who turned out to be you, you're isolated in your own home. And a parasite, i.e. the dark energy force, the narcissist, has now taken over every bit about you. Your time, energy, money, your house, your clarity, everything about you. It's now under control of the narcissist. That's what happens when you allow these creatures to move in with you. That's exactly what they do. They want to steal your hopes, dreams, aspirations, your mindset, your clarity, your identity. They want to take everything from you. Think about music for a quick moment. Maybe before you met the narcissist, you liked a certain genre of music. Whatever it was, that's great. When you meet the narcissist, and in the beginning, they probably thought that music was all so adorable and cute, and maybe you guys danced and you had some fun and everything. Well, once they knew they had their dirty fangs sunken into you, maybe you got married or you moved in or whatever, then they said, no, I don't like that music. I never liked that. What are you talking about? That's for weak people. What are you doing? I can't believe you're even playing that. And you'd be scratching your head saying, but wait, we used to dance this, remember? Well, you did when I was trying to get my hooks sunken into you. But now that I have them, I'm gonna rip the mask off a little bit and see what you do. And there's nothing you can do. You can either put up a boundary and I'll crush it, or you can continue to play your music and I'll continue to verbally abuse you, Or you can do other things, which is listen to my music. And now what happens? You lose part of your identity. This is what the narcissist does. It's what they've been doing. But this is what they want to escape. They want to escape all the toxicity they dumped into you, just like they dumped it into other people. Other things they want to escape from is the financial abuse that they administered to you. Think about it. I've said this in hundreds of videos over the years. The narcissist loves money, but what do they love more than money? They love your money more than money. And what will they do? They will be squirreling away their money if they have any, or they will claim that they don't have any and they have to send it abroad to help out their family or their parents or their siblings, etc. And they will be using your money to lift themselves up, to elevate them from one part of their life to the next part. Next thing you know, when the money runs out, what happens? You guessed it, the narcissist runs out, because the narcissist loves money more than anything on the planet. Now you may flip that also, and you may say, well, the narcissist I know, or the narcissists I know, they have plenty of money. They don't really care about money. Fair enough. Well, what does the narcissist care about? Probably your time, probably access to you, probably trying to blow up your life using the smear campaign and driving wedges between you and anything that matters to you. You see, the narcissist will look and they will use their ugly, nasty tentacles to try and get into anybody's life they possibly can. That's why once you identify who these people are and what they're capable of, you need to get away from them as far as you possibly can. You need to not overshare information. You need to escape the narcissistic fog. You need to escape the relationship. You need to leave that person in the past. You need to heal. You need to slow your life down. You need to journal, meditate, see a therapist, watch videos, read, heal childhood wounds, and stay in that cocoon of boundaries as long as necessary to get your cup full and to put yourself back together. There's one thing that you can't escape from, you yourself, and that's the healing path. Unfortunately, you are on it, so am I. Any single person who is breathing air, who was in a narcissistic relationship, in order to improve their circumstances in their life and get their clarity back and their focus, they're going to have to heal. I had to do it, you're doing it, or you're learning that you're going to have to do it, but one way or the other, you cannot just put a Band-Aid over that relationship and think you can mysteriously or magically wave a magic wand or take a pill and you're going to be as good as new. Never going to happen. You're going to have to go through many challenges. You're going to have to lose weight, gain weight. You're going to have to not want to communicate with people. You're going to have to deal with the smear campaign. You're going to have to learn the glossary and the definitions on the narcissistic abusive cycle, such as what is triangulation, what is the smear campaign, what is verbal abuse, what is projection, what is object constancy, etc. Once you learn all those definitions and you wrap your head around what they are by practicing radical acceptance and realizing the narcissist not only doesn't love you, they don't love you, they don't love the new supply, they don't love anybody on the planet because there's no love within them. Once you realize that, then you take your experiences with the toxic narcissistic creature, you apply those with the definitions and the terms that you've mastered, and that equals wisdom. And the wisdom is, yes, a newfound superpower, and it's a newfound superpower on steroids once you understand where you were is not where you are, and where you're going is not where you were. And that's a path free of toxicity and free of narcissists and free of people who do not have your best interest at heart. So understand what I'm sharing with you. One thing you can't escape is the healing path. And if you think you can go back out and start dating and you're not healed properly, well, physically you may be with that person, but mentally, you'll be checked out because you'll be still comparing that person to the narcissist if you haven't healed properly. If you've healed and you've taken your time, like so many of us have on the journey, and you realize it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, well, then when you want to get out and date, do it. And then you can physically be present with the person and mentally and emotionally because you've done the heavy lifting. You've experienced the dark night of the soul, perhaps. You've journaled, you've meditated, you've slowed your life down. You've done everything you possibly could to put yourself back together. And despite all odds and despite the odds being stacked up against you, you did it. You see, you beat the narcissist, you beat the narcissistic relationship, you punched it right in the nose and you knocked it out for the count. You were up against something you didn't even know existed, but yet you won. You knocked out the behemoth, you knocked out the juggernaut, you knocked out the narcissist. When I say that, I mean mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, intellectually, every way possible, energetically. You did it because you are the strongest person on the planet. You're stronger than you know. You were targeted. The narcissist never thought you would see behind the mask. They never thought you would heal. They never thought you would figure out what they had done to you. And they tried their best to escape and leaving you holding the bag. And they wanted to slither away off into the darkness with the new supply, having you stuck thinking about them. Well, that had worked with so many people before you met the narcissist, but it didn't work with you because you're cut from a different cloth. You are resilient, focused, courageous, strong, determined. You have purpose, direction, and you are healing or you have healed. And so understand, getting away from these people as far and as fast as you possibly can is the path. If not now, when? Once you've identified that that person was toxic, maybe even narcissistic, and if you are still entertaining a relationship with them, or if there are still avenues of communication open with them, you need to understand these people don't change. They only get worse over time, and they will try their best to kick that door open as wide as they possibly can to send you backwards again. So your healing journey will have to start all over again. And believe me when I tell you, Hoovers are meant to be administered by the narcissist to test the waters of the target. A Hoover is not because the narcissist has miraculously discovered love and empathy and they want to grow old with you. It's they're seeing if you've healed, they're seeing if you've seen behind the mask, and they're seeing how strong you are. That's why you really need to get the message and go no contact, block these people, etc. Having said all those things, what the narcissist wants to escape, the number one thing they want to escape, and they will never do it, never, is themselves. You see, the narcissist is stuck in that toxicity. When they were younger, they did something. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but they did something that changed the trajectory of their life forever. They went to the dark side, and they know it. They also know that they are jealous and envious of people that have the beautiful, bright, shining light, of people that possess love and empathy and kindness and commitment, all the things that the narcissist traded in to become the dark energy source. Now, you may sit back and say, whoa, those are some deep words, Andrew. Well, I will tell you right now, and I will touch on this briefly, as so many of you wanted me to touch on for years. This is an energetic battle. It's a battle of good and evil. It's a battle of light and darkness. And if you think it's not, ask yourself one question. Why do you think you have to heal from this relationship? Why could you not just go right back out and start dating? Why were you ruminating? Why were you stuck? Why could you not wrap your head around what the relationship had done to you? It's because you weren't taught this in school. In layman's terms, if you think that darkness exists, light exists. If you think that light exists, darkness exists. That's why every morning the sun rises. That's why every night the darkness arrives. There is your yin, your yang, their light, the dark. That's why this is an energetic and a spiritual battle. And it's a battle for your health, your love, your time, and yes, your soul. That's all I'm going to touch on for this video as far as that goes. But the narcissist cannot escape themselves. You see, when they go to bed tonight, they will be stuck in that tiny little mind of theirs, replaying what they had done today. Did they get what they wanted from that person at work? Did they cut off not only one person on the freeway today, but did they cut off two? Did they blow up the waitstaff's evening at dinner when they were triangulating the date that they went on from a dating app with a complete stranger across the dining room? When they blew up the waitstaff's evening, what did they do? They gave them a hard time for having 3 ice cubes in the drink instead of 2. You see, the narcissist needs disruption. They need to blow up people's days, weeks, months, years, lives, decades, and they also need all the focus and attention on themselves. That's why they can't escape themselves, because again, when they go to bed tonight and they put their head on that pillow in that Fleabag motel with the box TV playing from 30 years ago blaring on MTV, and they have cockroaches crawling all over the spaghetti stained t-shirt that they haven't changed in 3 weeks, and the sheets on the bed haven't been changed in 4 days, and they haven't left, and their hair is all a mess, and they haven't taken a shower, and there's an empty pizza box from 4 days ago, and there's cigarettes in the ashtray, and there's a broken mirror in front of them, and they look horrible. They can't escape that, but that's how they reset. They reset when nobody's around. They reset by themselves. And then after that period of time in that Fleabag motel, they will act like everything's great. They'll look very good. They'll be clean shaven, or their hair will be good. And they'll walk out like, yep, now I'm back. I can abuse more people for the next month, 2, 3, 5 months. And guess what happens? That motel room is ruined and someone has to clean it up, and it won't be the narcissist. Just like the narcissistic relationship you were in, you had to clean it up, so did I. The narcissist had nothing to clean up, but guess what? They can't escape the toxicity. It runs through their veins. It is in their soul, it is in their mind, and it is in their brain. They can't escape it. They can run, but they can't hide, and they know it. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Got a little into character there for the last couple minutes of the video. And yes, I know many of you want me to talk about the spiritual side. and the physical side, spiritual and the energetic side, and I will do so when I speak publicly to live audiences in the future. But having said that, I just touched on it to let you know that the narcissist can't escape reality. They can't escape what they've done, and they definitely can't escape themselves. So they could use the smear campaign all they want to. They can tell anybody whatever they want to. They can pour all the glasses of Kool-Aid to get people believing in their song and dance, but eventually people wise up, eventually people catch on, and eventually people want nothing to do with the toxic parasite, the narcissist. I hope you understand what I shared with you. If this is the first video you've ever consumed, continue on the path, keep moving forward, and understand there is light at the end of the tunnel. If this is the 10,000th video you've watched, way to keep your cup full. Continue to realize that there is toxicity on the planet, and that not everybody has your best interest at heart. And if you are where you want to be, fantastic. Take a big, deep breath in and say, yes, I made it. I'm at that mountaintop, that pinnacle of indifference. If you haven't, that means there's work to be done. So continue to have a game plan, to focus on yourself, develop, create, and execute your plan, and realize that if you are not where you want to be, there are better days ahead. Stay true, stay strong, and stay on the path. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.